Today in crypto, Bitcoin is winding up for a very big move soon. But are we going to go up or are we going to go down? A new report from Fidelity shows that more institutions than we previously thought are actually buying and holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other altcoins. Banks are starting to offer stablecoins, and Bitcoin may be getting a big boost from Hollywood. The cryptolark, this is where you subscribe for all of the hottest and all of the latest happening out here in the wild, wild land of crypto. So let's go ahead and dive into the charts to get started off with today. Bitcoin, right now, it's in this weird state of limbo. It's so quiet in the markets, almost too quiet in the markets, meaning that we are likely in for some serious volatility in the near future. The price of Bitcoin has just been ranging between $9,300 and $9,800 for basically 2 weeks. That's crazy, man. And now, depending on your perspective, we're actually looking at two possible bullish scenarios for Bitcoin at the moment. The first is the symmetrical triangle that we have been watching now for a while. This is a bullish continuation pattern. The price has broken out from this pattern. It has come back down to retest the top of this triangle as support, bounced off that, and is now trending upwards as a technically very bullish move. And the second is that we could actually be looking at an ascending triangle on the 4-hour charts. The price, it just keeps coiling and coiling up for this big move. The ascending triangle is also, of course, a bullish continuation pattern. Now, if the ascending triangle takes precedent here, then it could take up to another week to really see a breakout for Bitcoin, with the top line of this triangle continuing to act as an area of resistance around $10,000. But either way you cut it, these are bullish patterns that we're looking at. The ascending triangle, it has an even higher chance of breaking to the upside. But make no mistake, chances are that something big is about to happen when you see this much consolidation of the price in that just tight range. We are going to get some volatility coming in soon. Now, if we do break to the upside, then $11,500 could be in play, as that is the implied target for these patterns. Now, if it does this, then that move would actually break that insane resistance at $10,500 and really just signal a massive macro trend reversal. But if we break to the downside, then watch for support around the 200-day moving average, just above $8,000. While the odds currently favor a breakout to the upside, make sure you're using stop losses if you are trading this, because you never know. It's Bitcoin, guys. It does all kinds of crazy. You know, looking at Bitcoin in this kind of limbo, it can be kind of frustrating. Makes you just want to shout out and go, hey, Bitcoin, you're boring, man. Do something. Do something. And Bitcoin will. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. It's coming. The only question is, when are we going to get that volatility coming in? The Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index also reflects this sentiment in the market right now. Currently, it's around 54, which is relatively neutral. It's been hovering right around the 50 mark for around 2 weeks as well. Everyone's just sitting, waiting, watching. What is Bitcoin going to do? The market is quite undecided at the moment. There's no extreme fear. There's no extreme greed. Just chilling. Limbo. So what do you think? Are we going to get a breakout to the upside, or are we heading for a lower price from this move? Curious to know your opinion. Hit me up down below in the comment section. A big thank you to Blockfi for sponsoring today's episode. Big news for Blockfi, especially for residents of Nebraska. Blockfi has just received their license to be able to operate their trading services there, so you can check that out if you do live in Nebraska. Now, Blockfi is my favorite place to lend out my crypto. You can earn 6% for your Bitcoin, 4.5% for your Ethereum, and 8.6% for your dollar stablecoins like USDC and Paxos, and you can actually set those dollar stablecoins to have your payouts coming in Bitcoin. It's a nice little way to stack a bit of extra Satoshis. And Blockfi also offers loans against your crypto, allowing you to get cash in a flash using your crypto as collateral without having to actually then sell your crypto. And for the month of June, if you sign up using the link down below and deposit $100 or more in crypto and maintain that balance, then you will get $10 in free crypto paid out in your July statement. Nice. Okay, moving on to the first big story of the day. Cardano has just passed a big new milestone, achieving 385,000 addresses with non-zero balances. This is a new all-time high for Cardano. Now, obviously, this is well behind Ethereum's 40 million addresses with non-zero balances, but it is certainly showing there is an increased demand for ADA, especially in the run-up to staking on the mainnet, so it's a good sign to see this kind of growth happening. Okay, next up, there is going to be another Bitcoin movie. But this time, the movie is going to be based on the book about the Winklevoss twins called Bitcoin Billionaires, which was written by the same author, whose books have been adapted into the films 21 and The Social Network, making the likelihood of this film being something very classy and a hit to be quite likely, especially if they can get David Fincher to direct it, and especially if they can get Aaron Sorkin to write it like they did with The Social Network. No indication that that's going to be the case yet, but it'd be cool to see it if it did. Now, having a really big budget positive Bitcoin movie coming out would be super, super cool, especially considering that it's probably going to take them around a year to a year and a half to produce this film, meaning that it will come out just in time to push massive retail FOMO sometime next year or in 2022. Okay, moving on to our next story. Bank Frick, a Liechtenstein-based bank, has announced support for the stablecoin USDC. Wow, this could be a really, really big move here and could be the start of a wider trend for banks actually starting to offer coins like USDC to their clients. USDC is highly compliant, it's highly regulated, it's a product that banks essentially should like. So to see a regulated bank adding it as something that's going to be available for their customers, it's a logical fit. The adoption by banks of crypto dollars specifically will likely be a big trend in the coming years. I mean, really, why would the banks need SWIFT when you can just send dollars across Ethereum within minutes and for just a few pennies? Now, Bank Frick, you got to keep it real. It's already been a crypto-friendly bank, but I predict that it won't be long before we see more banks announcing support for stablecoins like USDC. Imagine what that will do in terms of onboarding people into crypto. No more BS of having to send a multi-day bank transfer to an exchange. No more rapacious credit card fees. It'll be crazy. Imagine just being able to go into your bank or hop onto your online banking, just be able to buy USDC and then move it to your Ledger wallet. Wow. You're instantly in the crypto world. No messing around trying to go through all the hoops that you normally have to go through. USDC will likely be the stablecoin that replaces Tether. Remember, USDC is a joint initiative between Coinbase and Circle. Circle, of course, is backed by Goldman Sachs. Banks face the choice right now to either be disrupted or to disrupt themselves. The smart banks, they're going to choose the latter. And finally, for today, a new report out from Fidelity sheds some light on the institutional participation in the crypto world. Of the 800 institutional players surveyed, including pension funds, family offices, investment advisors, and digital and traditional hedge funds, almost a third of them own crypto. That's crazy. Yeah, look, we all knew about Paul Tudor Jones doing his Bitcoin futures play. Yes, we know about Grayscale. We've been talking about that a lot here on the channel. But to what extent other institutional players are participating has remained quite unclear. This report from Fidelity is confirming that the big money is here and the big money is in crypto in a big way. They are buying crypto like crazy. Now, this is incredibly significant because together, these institutional players, they control trillions upon trillions of dollars worth of wealth. Now, a few additional observations from the report. Only 27% of US institutions versus 45% of European institutions own crypto. Maybe that has something to do with the negative rates in Europe, or maybe it's just because there is a friendlier regulatory climate in Europe. Many countries in Europe, they've passed very favorable laws regarding crypto in the last 18 months, like France, for example, guaranteeing bank accounts and stuff like that, really providing regulatory clarity, which is something that they've been clamoring for in the US for a very long time. Also, unsurprisingly, Bitcoin remains the most popular choice with institutions. Around 25% of respondents buy and hold Bitcoin. Ether came in second place, around 11%. Now, this is super fascinating because what this actually says is that these players, they are balls deep in altcoins. Wow. And look, in a way I understand. There are better gains to be had outside of Bitcoin, and there's also a lot more innovation happening outside of Bitcoin. Also, 60% of these players, they are directly buying and holding the assets themselves instead of trusting third-party custodians or brokers. And while a third of them said that they currently own crypto, 2/3 said that they see a place for cryptocurrencies in their portfolios. Wow. Bitcoin, it is going to $100,000. The only question is, when is that going to happen? Grayscale alone has more demand than there are new Bitcoin being created every day. 1/3 of all institutions are currently into crypto. Another third is interested in getting into crypto and will inevitably get into crypto. We're not even talking about the wave of retail buyers here. And there will definitely be another face-melting altcoin season with institutions going this deep into altcoins. It's going to happen. 18 months from now, we could see the top of a market cycle that will make millionaires out of the people who are stacking the right cryptos today. Anyway, your question. Do you think that by the end of the decade, we will see most major banks selling things like USDC directly to their customers? I would love to know your thoughts if you think that the banks will actually be a part of this. And finally, just acquiesce and say, we've had enough. We've had enough. Just buy the crypto here, guys. Just buy it here. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. As always, your time is massively appreciated. So thank you so much for continuing to support the channel. This is all possible because of you. So thank you so much. I hope you're having a freaking awesome day wherever you are and whatever you are doing. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.